What is up, everybody? Keith, aka Gator Guy 231. Happy to be back to preview another EPL slate. Now, unfortunately, this is only a two-gamer tomorrow that I'm going to be previewing, but in total, we have a showdown at 7:30. We have the two-game classic slate and another showdown at 3. So just plenty of soccer to get your appetite fulfilled. If you do want coverage of every single slate, we do so in our Discord for members. Make sure that you click the link in the details where you can sign up. Little as $3 a day, $10 a week. Really a great value for covering every single soccer slate on both DraftKings and FanDuel. But let's jump into the classic slate, which is where we're going to break down. And let me pull up the odds. One thing I just wanted to make everybody aware of is if you do go to the site, the link is in here as well. I have the cheat sheet filled out for every single game of the weekend. So all your set takers, all your odds, all your totals, all in one place at the FSIDFS.com, or click the link. Also, last little advertisement, bottom right, hit that subscribe button. Please, please. You guys have no idea how much it helps. There's some cool stuff that we want to do once we get 1,000 subscribers with live streams and things like that. So please help our site continue to grow by doing so. It does not cost you a thing to subscribe. So let's look at the odds. So the two games on the classic slate are Brighton away to Everton and Man City away to Leeds. Everton minus 129 favorite. I have no idea why I didn't put the total there, but that's 2.5. I will have that fixed. And City versus Leeds is 3.5 total, minus 275. And honestly, that 3.5 total might be low. So I'm kind of do this a little different. So first off, I'm going to block this ad with my video, just so you guys don't have to see that you should be buying appliances at Best Buy. But normally I go through all the players and I go through, the spots, things of that nature. I think this slate is going to come down so much less to the individual players, in my opinion, and so much more to what you think or the outcome is going to be. If you think that Man City is going to go into Leeds and score 3-4 goals, which is so very possible, all right? I don't think you have to worry much about Everton. James Rodriguez is a great play. DCL is a great play. Richarlison, I think, is hurt. There's a chance that we could see a Wilby. I'm going to go over that in a second. But you don't really have to worry about Everton. You don't really have to worry about Brighton. You legitimately go, okay, I'm going to play Kevin De Bruyne. I'm going to play Mahrez. I'm probably going to play Sterling, and I'm going to figure it out because I think they're going to score 3-4 goals. Those guys are likely the guys that are going to be part of it. Maybe I toss in a Phil Foden. Maybe I should go to that game so I can just kind of show you. If Ferran Torres plays, he actually has a little bit better of a floor than Foden, but I'm going to play 3 of these 4 guys. It's going to end up eating up a lot of my salary, and I'm not even going to have the consideration to be able to go play James or play DCL. If Richarlison is in, I can't play him. I might not even be able to play Lucas Dean. So you have to decide that, do you just want to flat out and stack City and just expect them to roll over Leeds? Or do you want to be more pragmatic and go, okay, even if Sterling scores, if he only scores 1 goal, he might only finish with 15 DK, right? I can make up 15 DK, especially at his salary, and get my 1,000 savings on James Rodriguez over Sterling. Or I don't think Mahrez is going to score or assist a goal, but I think Sterling is going to score. And now that 9,800 that I was going to spend on Mahrez, if he doesn't get a goal or assist, he's not going to pay off the tag at 9,800, guys. So, maybe I should go to James Rodriguez, whose floor is 10 points. And if he gets a goal or assist, boom, now I made it up. So I think it's so much less about necessarily what the optimal plays are. Because I think with City, after years upon years of playing City Roulette, this is what I found out. We don't know. And it's hard to project because they're all inflated prices for their floors. They're not inflated prices, though, for their goal upside. So you really just have to kind of make a stand, or trying to think of the correct way to say it, but just decide which do you think the outcome is going to be. I think that this week in cash, I barely know how much cash I want to play. I'm probably going to play the $5 and the $25 just because I love to see the ownership. I love to see what everybody plays. It's almost as much fun to me as seeing what everybody plays as the outcomes themselves, and just trying to think about the thoughts. I geek out on that stuff. I really enjoy it. But you could show up in cash with 2 center backs tomorrow, under 3K, and I'm going, yep. And you're probably going to see potentially really, really good players showing up that way and going, really? But let's be real. From a fullback perspective, there's literally one fullback to target on this slate, which is Lucas Dean. And he might be technically overpriced when you consider all the pieces. Like, to me, James Rodriguez is the best point per dollar play on the slate, and I'm almost positive that I'm going to be building around him. So I guess let's just go, now that I kind of spieled out my thoughts on the slate, let's just go to kind of individual plays, and maybe we can stumble upon something. I think James Rodriguez, like I said, is the best point per dollar play on the slate. Split sets with Lucas Dean, is an attacking role. Is just Everton looks phenomenal in attack. If Richarlison, who's very, very touch and go, the last time I checked, is out, you might see Alex Iwobi there at 3,800. I think will be just like a plug and play across everybody's lineups. Like, people right now that are sub 4K are like, do I play Rodrigo? Do I play Fernandinho? Like, I think Alex Iwobi is a much better upside option to either of those guys. So I think I think optimally, if you just say like City, nobody on City is going to score more than one goal, that you play James Rodriguez. And you even consider Lucas Dean, because I think Lucas Dean, he had his floor game last game, which was, I think, like 8.5 or 9 points. I think realistically, like, especially if Everton doesn't score early, Lucas Dean could easily have double digits just on floor. I don't trust Jordan Pickford to keep a clean sheet, so I'm not going to put any clean sheet equity on Lucas Dean, but I guess it's there. After that, guys, like, to me, I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is one of the best GPP plays on the slate. Like, I think very few people are going to go DCL over going like Sterling for, I think it's like, what, 1,200 more. I don't have the pricing by me, but I think that makes him a super intriguing GPP pivot. Here's one of like the craziest things I never thought I would actually say on an EPL preview, but Michael Keane at 2,700 is an underpriced favorite center back, and I think he's going to be super chalk. It's crazy to say, but I think at 2,700, people are going to go favorite center back. I'm not going to pay 4,500 for Nathan Ake, but Michael Keane at their 2,700, okay, give it to me, and like put Lucas Dean in there. And now I really want Jordan Pickford to keep a clean sheet. I don't think you should play him, but hey, there's an extra 6 points on those Everton defenders. We saw Michael Keane show up with a goal in the first slate, so I definitely think that you could do crazier. I think that's Everton pretty good. On the Brighton side of things, I think that is Brighton and Leeds both have super, super good equity in GPPs, in my opinion. I like Leeds a little bit more than Brighton, just because of the pricing. But I think Leandro Trossard is a good play. Like, if this is the lineup, for what it's worth, like I don't put too much into Sofa, but if this is the lineup, Leandro Trossard actually might show up with a monopoly of sets and be interesting. I think he has a very good chance to get double-digit floor points with some goal equity. Lamptey is fine. If Bernardo plays at wing back, I don't even know his price, but he's probably fine as well. Conley and Maupay more GPP, but you need a goal. I don't like Maupay's price, so I think Conley's like sub 5K, so that's fine. Ben White is min price, former Leeds guy. He actually has tossed in a cross or two from that right center back's position. Does let him get forward. So at 2,500, like that was like the build I was joking about, that somebody could show up with Michael Keane and Ben White. And I think it's very, very viable. Outside of that, I think that Brighton's Brighton. I think they're a good side. I think that they could give Everton some troubles, but I think more so you're going to be looking at Everton pieces and then figuring out like what two City pieces you're going to be on. And that brings us to City. I think the most common two pieces is going to be Kevin De Bruyne and Riyad Mahrez. They split sets. Mahrez, from a wide position, has always been good for DFS. Like, I do think he has close to a double-digit floor, but at his 9,800 price tag, you can fade him if he doesn't score a goal or assist. But the moment he does get a goal or assist, that's when you might be in trouble. I am quickly looking up on my phone real fast. I want to see what Ferran Torres' price is. Just looking that up real quick. And if he's forward eligible. Sorry for the delay. 7,200, I think, is really playable. He was similar prices Phil Foden. So I think those two are just like kind of the pivot off, or potentially can get you like a third City piece over Lucas Dean. So you could go like De Bruyne, Mahrez, or Ferran Torres and fade Sterling, or vice versa. But I do think that these three are guaranteed to be in. This could be Torres or Phil Foden. Beyond that, like Kevin De Bruyne, like he's the guy that you, in my opinion, you just lock and load. If you really want to get contrarian and stack the other three and just hope that Kevin De Bruyne has a floor game at like 15 DK, that's how you could differentiate yourself in these top-heavy GPPs. But in cash or optimal builds, I think Kevin De Bruyne is the first guy in your lineup, second guy being James Rodriguez. Last little bit, and then I'm going to get out of here. I do think that Leeds is super, super intriguing of a GPP stack. I think Patrick Bamford loves to shoot. You could even play like Alioski, Costa, if that's Jack Phillips. Not sure if he's officially a Leeds player. He's always been a City loanee, so I don't know if maybe if he's not able to play because of the loan. I didn't look that up, so apologies. But here's the thing. If you go with Leeds, you're not playing Calvin Phillips. I love his logs. I love the player. But you don't play the floors in this type of game. They're going to get dominated in possession. Everything's going to be if they can, score on the counter. I don't think Bielsa has the ability to like park the bus, so to speak. So he's going to take it to them. But like, you shouldn't expect to have like 6 or 7 Calvin Phillips corners. Like, I personally don't see a route that happens. I think what you would expect is, some open play chances, and there's going to be chances for Leeds. So I like Bamford as like a GPP pivot. We saw Klitsch is on PKs. I mean, City's fresh off of 2 PKs conceded versus Leicester last week. So, crazier things have happened. Fullbacks, I don't think you do that. I don't see them bombing forward. But, Alioski, if he's over here, if this is Phillips. Costa, Bamford. If Rodrigo gets out wide, I would like that. I don't really like him in like this like behind the striker position they have him in. It just makes things tougher. But like Rodrigo's a super solid player from La Liga. So, if you want to really YOLO it, he's going to have no ownership. So I think that makes sense. Last part on the City side, Rodri and Fernandinho is last minute, especially if we don't get Iwobi. I think that's plenty fine. I've landed on that a number of times. I think either one of them is very playable. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope that this helps you. If I have time, I certainly don't mind jumping on Sunday to try to get anything done. Sometimes it's my schedule. It's just not working out these days. But I'm always in Discord for our members. So if you want to join, check it out. Thank you all once again for watching. And if you have not hit that bottom right subscribe button, hit it now. See ya and have a good weekend. See ya.